here on.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
Let's go crazy! Crazy!
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Game Fix Show. I am Spanish.
Salutations, I'm Mike.
And that would make me Verlaine. Make sure to check out our website, gamefixshow.com, and check us out every single Wednesday right here, facebook.com, youtube.com, twitch.tv. Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. GameFixShow.com, as you said, is the website. There's a few things you can check over there. Of course, all of our awesome articles from our very own Colonel Fancy, and as well as some reviews as well. Retro reboots. Those are there for your liking, for your time, for your enjoyment. So, yes. So, please go check that out, GameFixShow.com, as well as our social medias is there as well. So, like, subscribe, follow, just at least one. That's fine. That's all we really care about. So, all right, gentlemen, there's a lot to get to this week. There is a Grand Theft Auto 6 debacle that is only getting more and more weird and detrimental to Rockstar. I think. I don't know, right? Yeah. So we'll get to that as well as a couple of other things going on in the news. Sony put out some reminders of them being dirtbags. It's cool. We appreciate the reminders. And a new actor playing Kratos. I said it like that. Kratos. Yeah, we'll get to that. It's weird. Weird. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the Halo news, which is not really news, but I want to bring it up at least. So, all right. But before we do all of that, let's do like we normally do and talk about what we've been gaming. And Mike, you go first. What have you been gaming this week?
Still playing Cyber Speedway on the Sega Saturn. Old racing game from like 1994 that I've been trying to beat. I've been trying to add it to my list of defeated games. But it's proving to be a lot harder than I thought. So if there's any genre of games that I've been bad in for like all of my years is like simulation racers, because I mostly play like Mario Kart, and the only other like mainline racing game that I ever put any real energy into are games like Tokyo Extreme Racer and Gran Turismo 3. So going back to Cyber Speedway, oh boy, it's proven to be a tough cookie. The courses aren't necessarily hard, but this is back when like enemy AI, at least opponent AI in some racing games, they play like the biggest jerks on the world. So I'm trying in order to beat the game proper, you have to beat it on the hardest difficulty, and you can only finish first. So there's like 5 sleds. You can't finish second. There's like no reprieve from that. Like finishing second earns you points so that you can continue. You can max out at 4 continues, but eventually when you start losing, that's going to total up. In trying to get the first place every time, the top racer is nearly impossible to get. So when the race starts off, all 5 sleds are just like crashing into each other. So what ends up happening is whoever comes out with the fastest lead, you're not catching them. You are not catching them. And if you are in first place, and you blow that lead, your margin of error is like it's increments. Like you can only get knocked around to the side of the course maybe a handful of times. Otherwise, they're just going to be on your tail, and it's really hard to shake them. And also in the game, I'd actually forgotten about this because I never really used them all that much. You've got missiles that you can fire to knock people out of your way. Except that the problem is these are some of the worst weapons that you'll ever get in any kind of racer game, because they fire in like a far arc. So you can't aim them, and you really have to just time your shot to like hit whatever's ahead of you. You can have a max of 5, and you can get them like every other lap around, but they're really hard to acquire and sometimes not worth the way. So yeah, I've just been pretty much costing myself a victory time after time after time. I technically got all the footage that I need for the project that I'm working on with this game, but I want to beat it because I'm now salty. And I hate the fact that when you're in second place, it feels like the other opponents at that point play gatekeeper, and they're just trying to beat your ass. Meanwhile, the guy in first place, he's gone, and you can't really gain ground in this game at all. I have not figured out a way. I've tried to take as many shortcuts. I've tried to undercut turns. I've tried drifting. If somebody is like X amount of kilometers ahead of you, you may as well restart. So, absolute pain in the neck. But you want to try again. Elsewhere, still playing Hollow Knight. Defeated another mini boss. And I unlocked another region. And I found another craft store so that I can make stronger weapons, which is going a long way towards helping me advance in this. Yeah, game still kicks ass. Still love it. And playing more Neverness to Everness. As I had brought the game up last week, and Verlaine asked me if you can destroy property or like attack people. Well, you can't destroy property per se, but you can attack people, and you can have the police after you. So, nice. I tried this for the first time, and I'm sad that I didn't get footage from the beginning of the chase, or rather, I did record it, but the file was too big for me to compress. So all I got was the end here. I've got a video queued up of me just trying to evade the cops. And the most that I was able to get up to, because if you look beneath the map reticle, is my star rating. So I got at most up to 2 stars, in which the police will send like ghost cops at you. So those are like miniature ghosts that act as policemen that help the cops. They do a hell of a lot of damage, and you can't destroy them. So in like other games, you can like get the cops off of your tail by like beating the shit out of them. In this one, you can't do that. You can slow them down, but the harder you hit them, the harder they hit you. So I got sent to this kind of like Rikers Island prison. And there's a couple of things that I could do. I'd actually got here not too long before the show started. So I have not had a chance to figure out what I need to do to break out. But there's like a wall with like posters on it and some like loose bricks. But I need to find like a spoon to begin chiseling my way.
So you actually have to get out of jail? Like,
yes.
Wow, that's cool.
That's cool.
And there's like two ways you can do that. You can like serve your time, and just like lay low, or you can head towards the like back of the wall. So like I haven't found any escape methods yet. So there's like nothing to build upon. I haven't tried breaking out yet. But if you just serve your time, they'll just like let you out for like good behavior. But if you get caught while trying to escape, it gets added onto your sentence. So it's actually pretty interesting. So for the like last hour, I've just been kind of meandering around in prison. I think they give you some like community service things that you can do to get like your sentence reduced. And that's where I am in that so far. Yeah, so it's actually still a pretty cool game. It's not, in my opinion, I don't think it has the gameplay depth of Genshin Impact. But as far as some of these Chinese style gacha games, it's one that's like commanded more of my attention than I actually thought it would. I just picked it up to just have a fun game to mess around in. But the characters are pleasant. The combat's a little fun. And the story's not amazing, but it's kind of like tongue in cheek. That's part of that. Elsewhere, I think that's mostly been it. That's mostly what I've been playing. I did do a couple of rounds of Balatro, and I did awful.
Good. You got to do awful till you do good. So that's good.
Yeah, I need more. I really do need to unlock more jokers and get better combos because I feel like I've hit a ceiling in it.
Okay.
But yeah, I just need some shit to combo off of. Yeah, so that's been it.
Right on. Okay. I'll go real quick. I actually played some retro. Today. My son has kind of taken a liking to Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
So I fired up the Sega and played some Sonic 2 with him. Although I played it while he just watched. I gave him the controller and he was like, he didn't know what to do. So we're getting there.
Nice.
It's all good. But he seems like really like Sonic. So because I had to correct him today. I mean, he's 2, whatever. But I was like, what does Sonic do? And he goes, jumps really high. I was like, actually, buddy, he goes really fast. And he's like, oh, and then he started running. So I was like, okay, now he's got it. So so we're getting there. Don't worry. It's all good. And then
learning process.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And before I tell you, I'll just tell you, I got back into Don't Starve. You know me, I always go back to it. And I've never actually tried to play, but I found the portal that gets you to like the special rounds, and I'm like kind of playing through that. I've never done that before, which is weird because I have so many hours on this game. So now I'm trying it. It's really hard. Like there's some, like, you really need to know what you're doing to kind of get through this, because you have to collect a certain like weird things within the round or whatever, and then you put them together, and then you have to like enter another portal, and it takes you to another round. Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to explain unless I kind of showed you, but it's pretty hard. And the portal that I went into, I started in the middle of winter, which, if you've ever played the game, if you start in winter without like kind of getting up to that point It's really hard to survive because like food is scarce and even materials are scarce. So it was difficult. And
So you're
and I
succumbing to the chill while
yeah, and I died. It's okay, but then so I'll try again. It's no big deal. But I did find out that like it doesn't if you die in that round, it'll just take you right back to the portal. So you don't have to restart the game because in the regular game, if you die, it's permadeath. You're done. You have to start over. So
Really?
this is kind of a cool thing. So I was like, all right, I like that. So I can kind of keep going. So yeah, so I got into some of that. And I wanted to mention, I am not turning off my PlayStation 5 as a trying to take it to Sony.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the stupidest fucking thing. Nothing's going to come of that. I don't care who you are. If you think that you not playing PlayStation for a week is going to make Sony realize, oh, we're going to start making digital or start making physical copies again. You're dumb. It's never going to happen. Stop it. Just stop it. They don't care. You don't play for a month? Fine. It's fine. Like the stupid thing about it is like, okay, I'll go offline for a month or whatever it is, but you're still paying.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
So what do they care?
Yeah, the best message you can send is don't give them anything. Don't turn on the console, cancel your subscriptions, and don't buy any of their games. Like
but I'm not going to do that.
I'm like half and half with it. It's like, I mean, fight whatever fight you believe in, but unless you show true conviction, it's not going to matter to them.
Yes, it's the most pointless thing. I don't get it.
Yeah, here, I'll tell everybody how to do it. You get like, I don't know, 5 people, right? And go out there and murder somebody. And then just say, PlayStation games made me do it.
No, don't do that.
5 people, PlayStation games.
Don't do that. Like, shut up. All right. No, let me tell you what's happening here. Okay. We're going to not play PlayStation for an entire month. Okay. Until September 15th when Wolverine comes out.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm boycotting it.
No, you just don't even have one. What do you care?
Verlaine's doing it right.
Yeah, I guess.
I sold my shit. I'm not going to have and it was because they're shit. My thing started overheating, and instead of trying to fix it, because there's a fix, I'm like, fuck it. I shouldn't have to deal with a console that overheats when they promote doing something to it. Tilting it on its side. There's a stand for it, but it overheats, physically fucks up the PlayStation. So fuck that.
And I've had it since day one, and mine's never.
You don't stand it up on your side though.
No, I don't.
Do it and see.
I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that?
Well, because it's a feature. It comes with a stand. It comes with a stand to put on the side, so it's like sleek. I put my consoles behind my TV.
You know that stand also will hold it on its side.
Like flat like that. Yeah, that's fine, but it's still like I do that because I tuck them behind my Xbox is behind my TV. I had to lay it flat eventually, and I couldn't put it behind my TV at all, and then it just kept overheating.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
The space I have, I can't stand it up. So there you go. But I don't know. I'm not going to complain. It's fine. It's fine. I like the game. So whatever console it is, I will game on it. And that's what I'm going to do. I even have a Switch too.
I have a Switch still, and I can't figure out a game. I go to the store a lot every weekend and try to find a game that I might want to buy and play on the Switch, and I can't, dude. I just can't find a game that I want to play on the Switch.
No, it's like if there's Switch One stuff, I mean, you can play it on that. Yeah, as far as PlayStation games, I don't buy PlayStation games anymore. Unless my wife asks me to get her, because she's a Sony girl. So if she asks me to get her games, I'll get them. But for me, no.
When she stands upright, does she overheat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I had a PlayStation, I only had Helldivers. I couldn't. There was not even another game that I could. That I wanted to buy, and then every other game that was there was on Game Pass already.
Right.
Yep.
There you go.
The end.
The end. I play exclusive PlayStation games, so I guess I have a reason to have it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Verlaine, you up? What have you been playing?
So I played Helldivers, and
Why
I
you saying it like
played
that?
I played some Overwatch.
Because
I
it's
played
boring.
Minecraft, and
Minecraft.
so
Oh.
yeah, I play Minecraft with my son.
Oh, cool.
So I bought this Transformers add-on to Minecraft. Wow, is it awesome! Like, you have to, like, it lets you right when you start, you get to pick a Transformer, and I didn't cycle through all of them. I saw my favorite one, which was Soundwave, and I picked them. And then what you do is when you're just like the normal person, you have a morph. One of your tools is like a morph something, and you just hit it, and then you become the Transformer. But you become like huge, like you're towering, like a real Transformer kind of. And then you attack, like you shoot the blocks and they'll go away. You could trample on blocks. You could transform into your vehicle form. Like Soundwave, what he does is he transforms into his tape player, and then Ravage comes out, and then you're Ravage.
Oh, that's cool.
But then, like, after that, you have to get the certain ore, the Cybertron ore or whatever, build a space base, and then fill it up with the whatever. I forget I can't remember how I can forget, but whatever. You fill it up, and then you get, it's almost like a loot box, like a mystery box, because once you fill it up, then it'll randomly give you another Transformer. And they have like, I got Grimlock, so you could turn into and then you blow fire everywhere. You turn into the dinosaur, Optimus. You can get Starscream, the jet fighters, and you're actually flying around. It's pretty cool, man.
That's
like for
awesome.
sure. Yeah. And today, I played this game called Mistfall Hunter. It's on Game Pass. It's stupid. I should have known it was going to be stupid. Not really. It's another one of those extraction kind of games, but it's like dark fantasy. So like I picked this chick that's a sorceress. So all you do is shoot fireballs at guys, and you just go around and, like, I guess find loot and then try to get out of the level. But the controls are very like unintuitive. It's very hard to, it was just very confusing. And yeah, if I kept playing it, I could get good with the controls, but there was like, even with good controls, it just didn't control well. It wasn't very fun playing with one player. I can't imagine it being fun playing with more than one player.
All right.
But whatever, it's a free game. It's an extraction. That seems to be the new fucking thing. Like fucking battle royale without all the fucking battling, just a royale.
So it sounds like they took Arc Raiders and just gave it a medieval setting.
Oh yeah, that's what they did. The Division, Arc Raiders, fucking. But the Mound is pretty cool. That's the horror one. That's still an extraction. But I don't know. It seems a little different. You know, it's got different little things to it. The haunted aspect of it right there is like, you know, I think something like that could only work in that kind of game. Like, I bet before extraction shooters came out, when the guys were thinking of that game, they almost probably went asymmetric and went like a 4v1 type thing. Because you need, but 4v1 more like versus like I don't know, maybe like a Left 4 Dead. I don't even know. It's just, you know, whatever. That whole scary haunting thing couldn't happen in a fucking like a shooting game like where that had a lot of action. Anyways, and then today, a new game came out that Jack bought and then I shared, but I was gonna buy it anyways. And it's the new Alien game, Alien Fireteam Elite 2, and it's cool. I mean, like, you played the first one, you go do this one. They added a crouch, which seems like a small little detail. To me, it gets a little confusing because, like, this game, you're usually, you would push A to, like, lock on to cover, or you push B to dive. But in this one, you can actually, like, crouch, and I don't know if it does anything stealthily, but, you know, you can actually crouch behind things without having to be up against them. It's now 4 people, 4 on a team instead of 3. the AI they're different. One of them is made to stand in back of you guys, like kind of shooting from a distance, and the other one's meant to go like get up close, kind of in fight. But all you hear is, well, actually, it's because we're doing intense, which has friendly fire. So all you hear is these idiots saying something about like, watch your fire, and then they jump in front of you and start healing themselves in front of you while you're shooting guys, and they're just being themselves, AI. But yeah, as you can see, so far, at least because we didn't even beat the first level yet. It's a little more chaotic. There are some parts where it's more, you can kind of control, like they're coming from one direction, but the aliens are a little different. They have the typical main big ones. They seem a little stronger now. Like the red one that would pounce on you takes a lot more bullets to kill him. Even when he's on top of someone mauling him, which is good, because usually when you play, he'll jump on you and then immediately, before you can even get to the quick time event scene, someone shoots him right off you. This one, he's on you, and like it's like a blend. You have to be mashing the right button while people are shooting him, and it's still not going to kill him. Like, dude, I like it. It's cool. They also made the sidearm, which was pretty useless in the first game. It feels like it does more. In the first game, it would take almost a clip to kill an alien, like a normal alien. That's why it was useless. It was like stupid. But in this one, not only like when you shoot them in the heads, they actually, like every time you shoot them in the head, they kind of, move backwards. They got shot in the fucking head.
Right.
So it makes it more relevant to shoot them with it. And the bullets are stronger. You could probably shoot one with like 5 or 6 bullets instead of like 12. Which is important, because especially in this intense, like you run out of ammo, and you have to wait until you get to those checkpoints to get more ammo. And in the first game, just when you ran out of ammo, you're just dead. But in this one, you actually still do have a chance. It's cool. I'm not going to get too much into it, but like there's new class. There's some of the same stuff. I picked the guy who has a turret, but he also has a drone that flies around.
Can everybody pick that guy, or it's like once you pick it, no one else can pick that guy?
I think you could switch anybody. You could have a whole team of the same guy if you wanted.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, because you could also customize that guy. And then like if me and him were both a medic, eventually you'll start unlocking different things. So like he could be a medic where the thing he puts down heals us. I could be a medic where the one I put down gives us more damage output. That was just an example. That might not be a real thing, but things like that, like you could be the same class, but arrange your tree where you have different weapons and different abilities. Which is, again, cool, because it would suck if everybody picked medic and then, everybody's just doing the same fucking thing.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited. I've been waiting for the game. I purposely ignored it just because I didn't feel like being so excited. And Jack just texted today. He's like, Aliens is out. Yeah, and honestly, the first game was spectacular. It was probably one of the best Alien games they've ever made. I mean, they got a sequel. What fucking Alien game gets a sequel? Well, Isolation, I guess, did way after.
Right.
Yeah, I kept thinking that Alien versus Predator got a sequel, but I think it just got 2 different styles of games.
It kind of got it, but it was it's not a straight up Aliens game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's good. It's a really good game, and yeah, I'm excited to I'm totally gonna complete it.
If the game was a movie, would they all be dead in a matter of seconds?
I mean, the movies are still written, so it would depend.
No, in other words, if there was that many aliens, in the movies, don't they all die? Come on,
they would die. Yeah, if that happened, but there's also in Aliens. They can. It depends. I think it's. I don't know if it's canon. It might be kind of canon where it doesn't even matter if it's canon.
Right.
But yeah.
It's a video game at the end of the day. I just find it fun. That's all.
Yeah,
it does look like they made some neat changes from the first one, because the first one, if there was any criticism that I had about the first Fireteams Elite, is that at its core, it really was just kind of like a mindless arcade style shooter. There wasn't like a great deal of substance. It was just fun and satisfying, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it looks like that they thought more about enhancing the challenge, because if you just had like a good deal of friends, you could mow through things in the first game without too much of a problem.
Yeah, we ended up doing it on harder levels, but like there's stuff in this, like again, there's lore to this, like things they've never done. If you pay attention to the story, this one was talking about the stuff that happened in Romulus. In this one, you end up coming across like a carcass, and what happened was this whole project was where instead of, what were they doing in Alien Resurrection, they were having women birth. No, they were just genetically making trying to make Ripley and like whatever. In this one, they were getting women pregnant with aliens and having them give live birth to these alien mutant things, which is what happened in the Yeah, and they also introduced the pathogen ends up making it. So later in the game, you come across different organisms because the pathogen ended up, doing different things to different things that you were. It's cool. It makes sense. It like blends all of the movies together.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's groovy.
It's groovy.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Well, is that all you've been playing? Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well then, Mike, you up. Let's do a little retro reboot. What game did you reboot this week, or review, I guess?
My retro reboot, which you can read at GameFixShow.com. I don't know why I'm talking like this. This week, I went back to one of those games that I feel like every kid that may have owned an NES would have played, or at least rented, The Adventures of Bayou Billy, developed by Konami, and it was a game that I remember being kind of hyped for, because the commercial, I don't know if you remember the Adventures of Bayou Billy commercial with the guy wrestling the crocodile in the swamp, and he's talking about how cool this game is and how many different ways you can control it, because for its time, it was pretty ambitious. Bayou Billy pretty much used every feature that the NES had going for it. You could use the zapper for like the rail shooter portions, and it had like a third-person racing segment, and the base core of the game is a side-scrolling brawler. So that was a lot of ambition, except for the fact that the game is borderline impossible. It is super hard. I couldn't beat it back then. I can't beat it today, which is a shame because it plays a little bit fun. But the enemies are incredibly aggressive, and just trying to stay alive long enough to get to other stages, like you would have to have your NES senses on high in order to beat this game. But it's got some pretty sweet music, and the graphics aren't too bad. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've like continued to play it almost nearly 40 years later.
How funny.
Adventures of Bayou Billy, a pretty neat game, a really interesting concept. And if you remember catching his appearance in Captain N, the Game Master, he looked a little bit like Nick Nolte.
Starring me, that Rachel Cajun. Bayou Billy, for the first time ever, Konami combines hand-to-hand combat with driving, shooting, and of course zapping in one swamp stomping adventure.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy for Nintendo.
It all starts when I get out this here swamp. You really get me riled now.
I love old video game commercials. Come on, you gotta love that.
One of the coolest commercials ever.
Well, cool. You can go check out that review, that retro reboot, on our website, gamefixshow.com. That's sweet. That's awesome. All right. Let's get to it. We got to talk about this guy. CyberLeak, as he's calls himself, I guess, is a well. He found a working version of GTA 6. Okay, somewhere online. Come on, someone gave it to him. Like, come on. It's. I feel it's kind of obvious to me. I don't know if it's obvious to anybody else, but whatever. It doesn't really matter how he got it, but he got it. So he's been playing through it. Apparently, he has played all the way through it. Although he did say it was pretty good. So that's at least we got that going for us. But he's been releasing like random videos and just kind of some leaks, if you will, when it comes to GTA 6. And at this point, actually Rockstar is searching for him. They're trying to figure out where he is so they could put a stop on this dead man switch that he has. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it's explained at this point?
Yeah.
So if they find him and arrest him, he has this, like I said, this dead man switch that if they don't let him stop it, it's going to be released online for free.
Yes.
Okay. Which is diabolical and hilarious all at the same time. Let me tell you why I'm not worried about it. And then you guys can give your opinion. I'm not worried about it because even if he does, that version of the game cannot be updated.
No.
It's going to be the initial release, and that's it. And even if it's the initial, whatever he has might not be the official release. Because as far as Rockstar goes, they did release a statement. It says, we know about that many of you have been waiting to hear from us regarding the events of the past week. Obviously, it would be an understatement that would say having video games or Grand Theft Auto 6 gameplay leak in this way has been heartbreaking for our team. That's fine. I completely understand that. So they went on by saying they're going to release something tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow they're going to have an extended look of the game. I feel like they have no choice but to do so at this point. The game itself doesn't release until November 19th. So all I'm saying is fine. If it's released and you get the copy and you play through it, that's fine. It's not online, right? It's not multiplayer. It's just a single player as far as I'm
right. But that's where they make all their money. Like if you
Right.
if you play through the campaign, updates or not, you play through the campaign. Online is probably going to be a free, like it already is. So like after that, they didn't lose all their money because most of their money has been coming from the shark cards, but that's a lot of money right off the bat if people already have it.
right.
I mean,
This is only for PC people, though, right? This doesn't affect consoles.
well, it won't affect consoles, but yeah, I mean, it can't be released on console, but right off from PC, like you're going to get people that are going to stream it and videos of all the cutscenes to get, like the story is going to be spoiled. That's what they're really worried about is the
Still
story.
watch them.
You know how much money they put into like actors and stuff like that, and including all the radio station, the DJ, like everything, like that's all going to be spoiled. And again, whatever. But it's a big deal for them. And you know what? They did it to themselves. If they didn't take so fucking long or do whatever they're doing, they must have done something to some people for this shit to happen. And I mean,
Union workers.
I don't understand why this guy, like what his beef is. Like, does nobody knows why? Like he's saying stuff like, oh, the physical disc shit. Like, nobody's that adamant. That's fucking the PC world. Like, honestly, PC gamers do not have physical fucking discs at all, nowhere, anywhere. They don't. You really think they fucking do? They don't. They're already living in the discless world. So it's like even him coming out like this, saying, "Hey, they're trying to take our rights to resell games." Come the fuck on, fucking for real? It is kind of dumb because he's gonna release it to people who don't even give a shit about physical games. So it's like, put it out on physical, or I'm gonna release it to all the people who don't give a fuck that you're not putting it out on physical.
He's doing it for notoriety, right?
Well,
That's what he's doing.
It's fucking dangerous because like this is he's gonna go to jail if he gets caught. 100%, he's gonna go to jail. This though, I mean, look, of all the people, this is the thing. Like when this was mentioned, because this was mentioned like a while ago, I didn't give a shit about it because it was like we hear about this all the time. Like, oh, leaker has this Mortal Kombat information leak, like all this shit. Nothing ever comes of it. It's like, fuck you, who cares? But this shit came to fruition. This guy's serious. He seriously has the fucking shit. It's a serious situation because Rockstar is now addressing it. So that's the difference. Is this has never really happened. Especially to a company that literally put all its eggs in one basket.
Well, the funny part, it makes me laugh, is the fact that before they released it, or before they made an announcement that they were going completely digital. Okay, that way no one would steal the game prior to the release.
Yeah. Lo
and behold, it's already happened.
Yep.
So that's an interesting because like Rockstar had that data that I'm assuming this stemmed from that data breach from like a year and a half ago. And Rockstar did not beef up their security since then in order to keep this from
they did
happening.
kind of blow it off.
You know.
Yeah, so he's probably been their inner workings ever since then, or somebody working at Rockstar as a whole. Yeah. So like there is a way that you can get like a cracked version of this game to PC players. Like I've seen people like crack beta versions of like fighting game training menus. It's their way to access the game, and companies like Capcom and Bandai Namco have tried to seal any of those cracks with that. In this instance, I actually would have respected his means and his goal of sticking it to Rockstar until he started pimping out his crypto shitcoin. At that point, he lost me. So it's like,
I told you it's for notoriety.
Well, yeah, I'll and that, yeah, obviously when he's going to be doing that, but A, he understands that the world is watching him, and B, look, I'm not down with any of it, but he's showing us what he can do. So, you know, there might be people that want to fund him and let him do bigger things. And that is a way that you can be like, hey, I'm serious. So like you can back my fucking cyber coin or whatever the fuck, but now you know that I'm fucking serious. And he just destroyed their fucking investors. Their stock has probably plummeted. Because I'll tell you what. Did you watch the videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, so because he released those videos, I'm not buying it first day. It's fucking GTA. There's really nothing special about that fucking game except it looks pretty. It might be big, but like it's fucking GTA with a girl. No,
you
I don't
go
need
in there
to.
and you can go in there and you can steal the money one thing at a time though. That's different.
Whatever. I would rather hold the guy up screaming into the microphone like you used to be able to scream in the mic, and it would like make him get the money faster. Be like, hurry, 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 hurry. Like, fine. Okay, you can go rifle through the. Is that really a feature that makes a game better?
I was being.
But those are the kind of things that it's going to be. Like, it's just going to be more of a life simulator. So you're going to be able to do a little bit more intricate things. But that's fine. Look, it looks cool, but it's GTA. Some of the fighting actually looks cool. Like they added stuff. Like there's like kind of finishers and stuff for when you like finish a guy. Yeah, it's GTA. I can't say just by looking at the videos. I mean, it looks like what you would think happens to every form of media that people are like, hey, give me 13 years and then we'll put something out. It never works. GTA is a different beast. But still, man, like, wow.
And
I'm not impressed.
I mean, I've said it multiple times. Yeah, it does nothing for me to make me want to play it. And just to think about like Rockstar's game development, like Dave, you said it there, like yeah, you can take money out of the cash register $1 bill at a time. That's like when I saw people playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and when you're like getting pelts or hides from an animal, yeah, and it's just taking a sweet time. I don't need that. It's nice, it's interesting, but how does that enhance? How does that enrich a gameplay experience? And then, like, this to me, like, yeah, Rockstar has like a great deal of detail in their games, but to me, it's just just overindulgent. It's just over self-indulgence. So I can't respect them as creators, and I'm looking for more sources to potentially confirm this, but along with these leaks and the years that the game spent in production, that this is potentially doing them a dent in trying to meet sales expectations. Not meaning that the game's going to tank, but they set the bar so high for themselves into what this game is going to be that I think anything that knocks off that traction might not send them into a panic, because they've spent several years now hyping up the community and even hyping up the industry that this is supposed to be the game that will change the way games are not even produced, but like marketed and sold. Like this was supposed to be the $100 benchmark game, and it already looks like that most people are buying the digital deluxe version.
Most people are. Yeah. Most people have already done that.
Yeah. So
it's not even close as far as I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if they can't maximize that as a result of like the leakage, buddy, then they're gonna have some problems. So in that instance, I think this entire scenario is funny because I think that Rockstar set themselves up for this with their hubris, and they've kind of given. I think that waving your hands to like data breachers in this day and age, you're playing a real dangerous game. Hackers aren't the same way that they were a decade ago. Like Verlaine said, they're far more sophisticated, and they have means of protecting themselves, and they've set up countermeasures and all of these other like fail safes. So you're going up against.
It's so weird to say that VPNs are the past with these hackers. It's true though.
Yeah,
like I'm sure they have their form of, but they have something else, and it's undetectable at this point.
It's scary.
Yeah,
like you're going up against a diehard villain at this point,
dude. I'm going to laugh when they catch him and he's a 14-year-old kid. That's what I'm going to laugh at.
It's the Rizzler.
It's the Rizzler. I hope so, man. I hope that's true. Oh, that would be insane. Or it's a 13-year-old girl.
Right?
Which would be even better, actually. I don't know. Is it going to affect them? Maybe a little bit.
They could end up with the best-selling game of all time, like because whatever records, but they could still end up failing and losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with how much money and resources they put in this game, They could come out the gates and be like, dude, we sold 500 million copies of first weekend, except the projections were 1.5 billion copies.
Or something ridiculous like that.
So in the grand scheme of things, just like this leaker, like, yeah, people already are pre-ordering it. They're going to still play it. Some people are going to ignore it. Like, it's weird. Rockstar's only thing is please just ignore it. Pretend it doesn't exist. But there are people that, you know, like us are like, oh shit, that's what we've been waiting for 13 years. Something that honestly, like, graphically, it's beautiful. It looks like real life, but guess what? So did maps in Battlefront 2. One thing that they did not get rid of is how the characters move. Like, you can look at the characters and they move like video game characters. So you can tell it's not real life. That's something they never did address. Like, that's something you can't hide, is that, which is what they should have been doing all this time. We already know you can make realistic graphics. Just put a real fucking sun and light shading or whatever it's fucking called. Minecraft did it. You know, it's not that big of a fucking deal. But that's what they were leaning so heavily on, is like, it looks like fucking real life. And there's a girl that you can fucking play.
Well, you were talking about, you know, how many copies they've already sold.
Yes.
There is a website. It's called sensortower.com. Okay. And anyone can go on this. Anyone can look it up. And you could just kind of Google the sales tracker for Grand Theft Auto 6. And at this point, as it stands, the game hasn't even come out yet. PlayStation over Xbox sales, 77% over Xbox.
Yowza.
Right? That's huge. Yeah, and PlayStation, no one buys games from PlayStation. Okay. Units sold at this point, they have 4.55 million. Game hasn't even come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
$344 million almost $350 million for PlayStation, and about 102 million for Xbox.
And that's not even charting potential PC numbers yet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because it's just the pre-orders and all that.
Yeah.
So I guess the pre-orders on PC would be considered Xbox in this case, right?
No.
Yeah,
well,
about that thing.
Roughly. Yeah.
Wavy pan gesture.
Steam.
Well, Steam. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have Steam.
I think it's probably supposed to come out on Rockstar's own launcher.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah. So yeah, it's like this industry's it's like becoming too big to fail.
But hold on. Let me say this though. Verlaine, you might be onto something though. Because the budget right now is, they're saying a little bit over $2 billion.
That's way too much.
But keep in mind, tomorrow they're going to show more to it, and I'll check the same website, and I bet you those numbers will go up.
I heard that you have to pre-order just to get more maps, like lands to access. Anyways, what was?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the total amount of money that GTA 5 has made?
It's like 150 something billion.
It's a lot. Yeah.
150 billion. I mean, I have no idea, so I don't know. I'm not insisting that it's fake.
I think
no. GTA 5 has generated over 8.5 bill to 10 bill.
All right, so they would need GTA 6 to do about that same rate at a faster pace,
right?
Because adjusting for the cost of inflation,
they would need to double it. They would need to go about 20 million.
Yeah. So I think that if it sits at that bar, it's what a dystopian world that we live in. That's something that makes potentially $7 billion can be considered a failure.
Okay, here we go.
Problem.
GTA 5, the budget was $265 million.
Wow.
$265 million was the budget for GTA 5.
That is such a huge difference.
They made $8 billion, right?
Yeah. Well, at least 8. Yeah, if not 10.
We'll say 10.
Yeah,
We'll say 10 billion.
We'll say 10.
They made $10 billion. They just spent $2 billion on this game. They really,
like I said, they need to double it at least.
that is fucking way, like, somebody
Astronomical.
is like, way like, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
That is a lot. That, like, the gap and how much money so 2.5 billion, they're gonna have to make 20 to 30 billion dollars.
So that's why I said at least double it. Crazy.
In like half that time, because GTA 5, like, those numbers I think track until 2025.
It's like 13 years of them being around. Wow, that is a fucking risk, because people could just play the game and be like, some of the same, we're not going to do this.
Well, I mean, there's got to be more people like you, Verlaine, saying, and actually, I'm not going to get it day one, so I guess I'm like you, that aren't going to get it because it's like, oh, it's just another GTA. We'll wait till all the bugs are out, or not at all.
Remember, GTA had that loading bug that they never fixed, and it took one dude on PC to write one line of code to fix the whole thing.
What?
The waiting forever on GTA 5 after like an online match. He figured it out. I don't know if they ended up updating it now. If you were to play it, it's way faster. But yeah, it was one line of code that the guy put in. I don't know all the computer jargon, but what was happening on their official code was something was looping. So all it was doing was it kind of kept looping until maybe randomly it would just hit the right thing. And then remember, when that game came out, GTA 5, GTA Online came out at the same time, but didn't work, and they had to postpone it for like a month or two before online would even work. So you were stuck. Like, I was stuck playing single player. I made it certain, and then right when online opened, that's it, done. Never played campaign again, and I just went straight up on online.
Yeah.
But that was a failed fucking launch. Nobody remembers that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And look, what they do have, and I'm surprised nobody's done, there is no other GTA clone. Now, games like Saints Row don't count because they were a clone in the whole destruction and action, but not in the whole simulation and like living part.
Yeah.
You have games like Simpsons Hit and Run, but come on, that's still not the same thing. Like, nobody
that's more like
that's GTA without
that's
anything.
like the taxi
it's
game.
Just the but you ran around and you hijack people's cars.
Yeah,
but you're not really stealing them, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. And I came across this problem because, like, one of my kids, I thought it'd be cool. Like, they wanted to play a game like that, and I was like, that's not bad to have a game where you could just roam around and live, but no violence. No games exist like that. There's no games that a kid could jump on that is like GTA with all of the functionality of just driving whatever car you want, doing whatever you want, but without like, even with or without all the bad words and violence. And
to be fair, Cyberpunk 2077 had that before they did all the updates because there was nobody there, so you couldn't hurt anybody.
Well, yeah, you get it though. It's not the same. That was for first person, but games like that, like, they don't have. So if somebody comes out with a game like GTA and just get it right and not pick one part of it to emulate or to like clone, you can have something.
Yeah. Saints Row tried, but the more they tried to be like GTA, the worse it got.
I never got, the story wasn't serious. It just was too cartoony, and no kid's gonna play it. It would have worked. It wouldn't be dead. Like, the last one was kind of like they knew it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gonna be a lot of interesting when this game comes out, but I think I don't know. I think at the end of the day, they're not going to have any trouble.
They haven't said anything about online though, right? The online,
not that
GTA
I've heard.
Online, like,
not yet.
That's what I want to hear about. What they're going to do? What if they're like, oh, nothing's going to improve? It's just going to stay the same.
Or when we release the game, online will not be available.
Yeah,
that could happen.
They did that with Red Dead too, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, and what'll happen is, yeah, you wouldn't get those day one adopters, but the second you say online's available, that's probably where like a lot of the crowd's going to come in, because there's people that do like role play and stuff. So,
yeah, and they don't care about the campaign like Verlaine.
Yeah,
There's other people like that. So
so they'll latch on. So that's also probably another reason why like Rockstar's not that concerned about it. It'll probably make its money eventually, but I also would not be surprised if it moved at like a slower traction than a GTA 5. It was just a different time for Grand Theft Auto 5. At this rate, when people are trying to afford groceries to put food on their table, I don't think it will be that fast. So
what do you do with when we hear, "Hey guys, we just want to make sure everything's absolutely polished because you deserve the best. GTA is not going to come out until December 13th.
Oh my god, dude.
That will be over. Right now at this point. If they delay the game one more time, I mean, there are a bunch of morons that will still forgive them, but that's crazy. Because it could still happen. Absolutely.
Sure. Absolutely.
Because the game's not out yet. They have a guy leaking information, threatening to release the game, and they still won't even put out a game preview kind of portion where they can just get away with bugs and shit and fix it later. Release the game now. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them?
Too much money, man. Too much money wrapped up in it. They can't.
It's just it seems so easy to beat
Nintendo does it all the time. They release things and they just announce it.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? We have this game. Like, oh wow. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Time's gonna tell. We're gonna see how this game goes. I mean, we have what, 2 more months? Anything can happen in 2 months, man. Yeesh. Yeesh. Anyway, all right. I'm done talking about GTA. Let's move on. Is that okay? Let's move on. All right. Unless you guys have something else, another point, but I think we're about set with that. So, all right. Well, then let's head to Halo real quick. It's not much, but it's interesting. So Halo's co-creator says that he would make the series darker if he made a new game. Although he did say, I bet many of you would not like it.
If I could keep making Halo, I would make a Halo that you don't like.
Like, what? Well, then thank you for not fucking making Halo anymore.
Good thing you're not part of the system.
What?
Darker doesn't always mean better.
Well, no. I mean, he's saying that it wouldn't be better, Mike.
But yeah, the first Halo has the dark part is that fucking, what's it called? The flood.
Yeah.
That's a horror. That's where Halo literally becomes a horror game. It becomes exactly like Half-Life. Right. How do you get darker than fucking zombies?
I don't know.
That's crazy talk.
Destitution, genocide, like what? And I think Halo's even done that. I could be wrong. But
technically, the flood.
Yeah,
was genocide and destroyed fucking planets and people and species.
But I just think that like trying to select, like, you don't need to fix Halo from a lore perspective by like making the story dark. You can make something gripping and engaging, without having to just make it overly gloomy or a mean spirited.
Just a weird thing to say, man.
Yeah, and it's another one of like people that are outside of the loop of things, and they'll say, well, if I did this other thing, it would have worked. I mean, hindsight being 20/20 is one thing, but nothing that you're going to say is anything that's going to improve what Halo is capable of becoming now, and that's mostly what matters. I just think that lore-wise, it's probably a franchise that ran its best course by Halo 3.
Wouldn't a darker Halo be Gears of War?
Kind of. I guess. Actually, I think a darker Halo would be whatever Sony was going for when they made Killzone. because Killzone was supposed to be like the either Killzone or Resistance, because those were super gloomy games. Where are those franchises? Oh, that's right, they're dead, because they were too they took themselves too seriously. Excuse me. And there's a time and place for that. Gears of War, I actually don't know anything about Gears of War. I've only kind of played one Gears of War game, so I don't know lore-wise the leaps that it takes.
It's the gloomiest game you could fucking play. Like, you do not win even at the end of the game. Like, you battle and battle and battle and battle and battle just to fucking lose and keep battling and battling and battling. And you lose and get overrun. And it's almost like Space Marines, just not as fucking ridiculous. You're not like, I don't know, just play.
Yeah, because like, aren't you pretty much just like playing like random extradition that's like trying to fight against a horde of bugs?
I can't remember, but you are trying to stop the bad guys, the grunts or whatever they're called.
Yeah, that's pretty gloomy. It probably makes up for it with its kind of like high octane action. So
octane.
Well, you have that to offset the more serious story, and then there's other like first person games. Like I don't know how many games in the Metro series you guys have ever played, but those are the gloomiest games ever. Like they're like very well made, but holy crap, they're depressing games. And like I like that's was like also one of the first things that crossed my mind. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna make Darker Halo. All right, I played a bit of Metro Exodus, and it played well, but for the most part, the game just made me sad. It's like every time that I would just progress in the story, I'm remembering how every pet I ever had died. Just
well, that's pretty sad.
Yeah,
sorry to hear that. I don't know. Anyway,
well-made games.
Good job. Halo, dude. Wait a minute. What the hell, man? Anyway, and then as far as a PlayStation goes, Sony updated the PlayStation Network terms of service and digital storefronts licensing language to explicitly clarify that purchasing digital games grants a limited, revocable license rather than true ownership. Following the growing regulatory scrutiny and consumer protection laws targeting digital storefronts, the updated terms make clear that access to downloaded content can be revoked or discontinued if licensing agreements expires or services are terminated. Thank you so much, Sony. We appreciate your candor.
Arrogant as hell.
I know, man. It's just like, I know you guys hate us for this, but to be clear, you'll still hate us.
Like, that's like something the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase would do if he owned Sony.
Everyone's got a price. There we go.
It's like yeah, we heard it's a thing that like other companies will do when they say we hear your concerns about something.
Yeah.
Except in this instance, they're saying they don't give a care.
Yeah,
they don't care.
Nope.
And like once again, if people do black out for a month, but then they just come right back,
they don't care.
Yeah,
they're like, still paying for the service. So if you don't play for a month, you're still paying for that month. Like no one's like deleted their accounts or anything like that. Like, wouldn't that be like that's what you have to do to kind of like make a statement? Is like completely step away, but no one's doing that. Like, they're just unplugging it for a month.
Ooh. And like Sony has set themselves up for Xbox to do like the perfect counterpunch here, and it would be so easy if they actually do it. But in this instance right now, yeah, they've just been saying the quiet part out loud that you don't own your games anymore. Game ownership on console is just being not even slowly chiseled away. It's now just rapid at this point. So I think I may have mentioned on the show before, but I remember being made fun of when people said, well, what are you going to do? Jump to PC? It's digital as well. Yeah, but you own your games on PC. That's the thing. When you buy something off of Steam, you download that launcher onto your laptop or your desktop, and it's there. The only thing that you do is that you trigger your computer to run the administrative settings so that it can run the game. But beyond that, it's yours. My computer's a potato, but I've got like 13 games that I could try to boot up and play on here because they can still work. I bought a Command and Conquer collection 13 years ago that if I wanted to fire it up in Access, they would still work, even if I bought a new computer. Sony is pretty much doing what Ubisoft said 2 years ago when like one of their game directors said, you better get used to not owning your games. It's come to fruition. Just like that. They've wanted this for years. The mainstream gaming industry has wanted this for years. And now consoles are, they used to be a tether. Now they're handcuffs. Now it's like, if you want to play on console, those luxuries that like used to give people because it was always like, PC versus console, which one's better, like whatever. But like, if there was anything with console, was the convenience. And that convenience is now just being taken away from you. So it's now a case of, will people actually speak with their wallets? Will they actually stop buying these? And will Xbox actually come in and like have a chance to maybe like play the heroes in this at least?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because Xbox did announce, and I thought they announced this before, or at least kind of floated the idea, the disc to digital thing that's happening. Letting players just load in their disc into their Xbox, and you'll be able to play it anytime you want.
Yep,
that's the way it should be.
But that's true ownership,
right?
Because if you own the disc, because like they almost did this during Xbox 360 before everything was digital. You could actually rip your disc.
This is what I'm thinking is going to happen. They're saying you can do this, and then at some point they're going to stop doing it.
Well, no. Yeah.
It's not going to be a forever thing.
The only thing they would stop doing is making physical discs. But Xbox, that's not what they're about. Like every game you've ever owned on Xbox,
I know,
as long as it's able to.
I understand that, and I'm with you on that. But I'm just saying this is only going to be a temporary thing. They're going to turn that off at some point. You'll still be able to play all those games that you put on there, but you won't be able to put the disc to digital anymore.
I think,
it'll probably be for a year, maybe 2 years, but then they'll say, okay, that's done, because that's just a promotion that they do.
No, I think that's not going to be temporary.
Why?
The only thing that'll make it temporary is if they decide not to make disk drives or physical discs, because because even to this day, backwards compatible discs work, and backwards compatibility was their thing. It never went away. It wasn't a gimmick. Game Pass never went away. It wasn't a gimmick. Like, they don't introduce gimmicks. This is going to stay. This is going to stay as long as they have disk drives and games. I don't think they're going to say, oh, if both of those still exist, we're not going to, because that, especially now, is going to give them a leg up against Sony and this whole digital bullshit. Because, hey, not only if you have the disc now, you can install it on your computer, but you still need the disc to play it, kind of like on old computers. You need the disc, but it's still downloaded. You just need to prove it. Now that's taken that step away. So they still do that now.
So can I borrow your place or your Xbox library and just put it on my account?
Yes. So how that's going to work is, so say I take Rise, Son of Rome, and
like let's say I take the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
You can't. That's digital, and it's Xbox 360.
Yeah.
It has to be. You can't take my digital game.
No,
the only thing that would happen is if I had a disc and I put it in and it went on my computer, on my Xbox, and I gave you the disc. If you put it on your Xbox, it revokes my license and it goes to you. Whoever owns.
Okay, so you can't do that then.
You can't. Yeah, you can't just share it.
And that was my question.
Yeah. So you can't. So that's ownership, because then it also doesn't stop you from reselling the game.
Which proves my point that those discs are just a license. They're just a key to open up the game.
So a lot of them are. Some of them aren't. there are some of the games will run natively. Like, so look, all the discs have a file on them. So nowadays, yeah, the fact that you're not, the disc isn't running while you're playing it, you're installing it, and then it's just running off the digital copy. That's that. So it has the file, it's not running live. But a lot of things more like are like the file isn't even on the disc, and all the disc is doing is going online and then getting that for your. So there used to be a workaround to installing games on the Xbox One and Xbox One and before. And that was get the game, unplug the internet, put the game on, and let it install from the disc. And it would install way faster because it runs from the disc. Otherwise, when you put the disc in, it just wants to go online and it downloads the install, and because it's the latest update, and that takes longer than getting it from the disc.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, as long as they do, I mean, that's a cool thing to do, because you can build a collection. You don't have to keep like switching discs all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you can still enjoy the fact of having a disc. And that's just like assurance to everyone, physical assurance that, hey, this is your game. Even if we say you cannot, you have no more permission to play this online, you still have the game. You can play it on the console. Like, you'll always have it. You'll always be able to. So that's, as long as the file is on the game, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. I think it's a brilliant idea, especially now with what PlayStation's doing and what you said of them reiterating and changing their terms to physically say this.
Yeah.
And then Xbox is like, okay, I guess technically, yeah, but PlayStation has already proved that they will take it. We have nothing taken from us from Xbox in this manner because of anything. Because Xbox is just like, okay, if we're not going to get the licenses, then we're not going to fucking, like, it's almost like they know, like, not like after the backwards compatibility, how many can't because of licensing. You really don't have that problem anymore. Almost every game that comes out is available on the cloud and digital.
Yeah, and you can always go and check your library for every Xbox game that you've ever played, and it will show up there. So most of my Xbox One games, I was just easily able to like port over. Like I think Contra Rogue Corps was the last game that I bought before I got a Series X, and I was recording footage off of that. So I bought the Series X, and I thought, am I going to have to migrate my entire library over? And I log into my profile, and it's just there. So like going forward in the future, even if like the Xbox Helix didn't have like a proprietary disc reader, you could plug one in and take any like older Xbox Series X game or Xbox One game, pop that onto an external disc drive that you may have, and then it reads, and then the game is there.
Yeah,
which is a pretty cool idea. I'd like to hear more for this, because I mean they said like thousands of games. So the only thing that I'm worried about is a lot of those games would be third party. Would you have to like renew the rights from third party companies like Capcom and Konami so that they would exist in perpetuity on the Xbox platform? Very much like how like if you downloaded any games with gold from that period, they're yours. Or if you downloaded any games from the Xbox arcade days, those are still yours. I can still turn on my consoles and play Charlie Murder, a game that I actually don't know if is on any other like sellable platform, because I believe that was a 360 exclusive. I'd have to look into that. Yeah, that's something that could be pretty cool. I do like that. And like hell, even like Nintendo said, hey, with the Switch 2, we're going to start backing up our games. So as long as you've got the Switch card, even for Switch 1 games, you put it into your Switch 2 and it's there. Now, there is murkiness with their like virtual key cards, because that comes up in there with the what will this be when the Switch 3 comes out? Will you still be able to access it? That remains to be determined. But right now, like, Sony's doing a pretty good job of just like shooting themselves in the face with a nail gun.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. It's what they do, man. It's what they do.
Live in their world, play by their rules.
That's what it is too. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But all right. Well, I think that's about all the time we have today. Is anything else you guys want to talk about real quick? I've oh, you know what? No,
God of War cast.
yeah, we'll do that at the end. Don't worry. I meant as far as video games go. Although real quick, I do have something that I want to do really fast. I promise it'll be fast. As long as I can find it. Yes,
I'm out of cash.
So some free games. Hey, free games. So this is PlayStation Plus monthly games for September. Like I said, I'll make this fast. MLB The Show 26, which is cool. They're actually really great baseball games if you're into baseball. So that's pretty cool. Sniper Elite Resistance. And then Wobbly Life. What is that?
It's one of those like physics open world games, kind of like Human Fall Flat.
Yeah.
One of those.
Or Octodad. Remember Octodad? That game was fucking hard, man.
Yeah, it was.
Because you can play up to 4 people or whatever, and you all like control a tentacle. It's crazy.
I had no idea what I was doing when I was playing that. My nephew just handed that to me, and I was confused.
It's a hard game, man. I mean, you have to be in sync with people like amazingly. But anyway, so there you go. Those will be the free games of September. They will be available. It's the first Tuesday of every month. So actually, it'll be available on the 1st of September, which is Tuesday.
Notice they've whittled it down to 3 games recently.
Yeah. Well, they always had a VR game, and that's no longer.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be just like Xbox. Eventually, it'll stop.
Pretty much.
That's just how it goes. Yeah, that's just how it goes. So surprising they still do it. It's PlayStation, right? So like, I'm actually still surprised they still do it. But who knows? But all right, last thing I want to cover real quick is they officially casted Kratos. Obviously, Ryan Hurst dropped out because he had an injury. Although I ain't buying that shit. I don't think he had an injury. I think they just recasted because people hated it so much. So why? That's fine. So instead, they got Dave Bautista to do it.
Fucking worse. Dave Bautista is like any movie outside of Marvel, anything he does outside of Marvel is like fucking so droll and like just mediocre bullshit. Like, and look at him. Him and The Rock must have been fucking and both got AIDS because holy shit, he's not even going to look like a good Kratos anymore.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. They just don't have the workout regimen that they did when they were wrestling. That's all that is, dude.
But
that's
look,
like when a like an NFL lineman gets, like take Joe Thomas for instance, when he was a fucking lineman for the Cleveland Browns, and don't get me wrong, whatever, but like first ballot Hall of Famer, he is what he is. But anyway, he was fucking huge, like dude, a fucking house. Okay, now he's as big as me.
Right, but he's not doing like look at Schwarzenegger.
But I'm just saying,
and Stallone.
Like he just doesn't have that workout regimen. That's all it is.
And that's fine. Right. But then he's not Dave Bautista that we know anymore, and he shouldn't be cast as Kratos. The other guy, casting doesn't look. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. Would you rather be The Rock?
Ew.
No, I wouldn't rather. I would rather. Yeah, if it was The Rock or Batista, I would rather watch The Rock as Kratos 100 million times over fucking Batista. That is so like it's so dumb because like casting doesn't matter. Like Robert Pattinson as Batman, like that works.
Yeah, I know.
Ben Affleck as Batman, it fucking works. Dude.
By the way, I watched Batman vs Superman the other day for the I don't know why.
It's not bad. And
it's not terrible. It's not great by any means, but like there's some scenes in that movie that fucking holds up better than a lot of like fight scenes. Like the scene where Batman is fighting in that like warehouse.
Yeah, with all the pillars.
Yeah,
best Batman fight scene ever.
It's amazing. Yeah. I had to back it up and watch it again. I was like, this scene is awesome. Right, and that's right after Save Martha. So stupid. So yeah, there are some really shitty parts of that movie, but like that scene itself was like worth the price of admission. But anyway, okay, that's the show. Do whatever you want. It's fine. We do this every Wednesday night, 9:00. You can catch us on our Facebook page, our Twitter, or excuse me, Twitch, not Twitter, Twitch, and our YouTube page. So please, you can watch us any way you want, and we appreciate either way. GameFixShow.com. You can get those links right there and have some fun. Some liberty. Oh, nice. I like it. a little. Where did you get that? That's pretty awesome.
It's one of the I think it's Walmart has held up for stuff.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So whatever. What was I saying? Anyway. But we do this every Wednesday night, except for next week. We are taking next week off. There's a reason for that. But either way, thank you so much for joining us. GameFixShow.com. I guess there's one thing left to do, which is really funny because we talked GTA out the you know what, and I always have a GTA outro. Yeah. Although it's your world, pay attention.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
See ya.
Love ya.
Adios.
Adios, turd nuggets.